Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the rooms. And alright, let's play some more Asphalt 9 on the Switch, but this video is actually one of those beautiful videos that I call the auxiliary videos, meaning it's a video that I recorded some time ago by the time that you're watching this, and I'm just releasing it because I didn't have anything else to show on the channel, so I come back to this type of videos where I did something that doesn't necessarily follow in any way the timeline of events. But anyway, so by the time I'm recording this, it actually will be easy to figure it out because of this. I'm gonna be doing Oktober Fast. It's MP2 that is happening basically at the end, no, more like at the beginning of October, and you can see it's only 5 hours left. So basically I'm recording this right as it's about to end. I haven't played a whole lot. You can see that I only have 33 points because I've done like 3 races or something like that. So I haven't focused a whole lot in this, and honestly there's not a lot that I want to get from this multiplayer series. Some credits, some parts, the usual 50 tokens at this point, and then some epic import part, which, you know, could be useful because in the end all of these 3 cars that are the ones featured in Oktoberfest are cars that I will be able to acquire. I'll talk more about the Speedtail later, but at least the Apollo N and the Ferrari Aperta I do have. Now, this is obviously with a, what is it called? A, let me think the word. Well, yeah, it says right there, regulated, right? A regulated rank of the car. Basically, they're at their golden state. I do have both the Apollo N and the Aperta, but the Apollo N I have it at max. I don't have it gold. And the Aperta I barely have it like at 3 stars, but over here they allow you to use them all at maximum stats. So we're gonna start with Class B, the Apollo N. Curiously enough, I think this might be actually the most useful of the cars that I'm gonna be using here. I could be wrong, but for being Oktoberfest, this is the fastest car, which is in the lower rank. So that's kind of curious. But alright, I'm gonna skip all the loading and just go into the races. And I originally wanted to save doing these races in order to do some with the Speedtail to make an Asphalt 8 versus Asphalt 9 video for that car. However, I already did it, and in fact, unlike some of my even older Asphalt 8 versus Asphalt 9, the one that I recorded for the Speedtail, I was already playing relatively decent in Asphalt 9. Some of those videos of Asphalt 9 versus Asphalt 8 I want to redo because they're really old videos where I barely knew how to drive in Asphalt 9. It was actually when I started playing Asphalt 9 on Android. So yeah, I was pretty bad at it. Not to say that I'm a great player right now, but you know, I can defend myself fairly alright. So yeah, some of those old videos are terrible, so I want to redo them, but specifically the Speedtail is not too terrible, so I don't think I will be redoing this. And here's the problem, these races are really short. These are the 30-second races, so yeah, that doesn't quite work for the type of video that is Asphalt 8 versus Asphalt 9, so anyway. Alright, let's do another one with this car. In fact, these races are so short that I might just end up exhausting all of the fuel for all of the cars available for this series, because even though I have the Legend Pass, which is giving me 2 extra fuel per car, that's still very, you know, it's the Aperta and the Speedtail are cars with 3 points of fuel, so plus the 2 that I have from the current state of the Legend Pass, I only have 2 extra fuel, so yeah. Alright, this one is a duel. Me against an Aperta, let's see what we can do. Now, here's the thing where I was saying about these cars that is kind of peculiar, that the Oktoberfest is actually not focusing in the fastest cars, even though it's called Oktoberfest. In case you don't know, the Oktoberfest is just a wordplay on... Oh shit, I messed it up, oh my bad. I didn't mean to go over here. Oktoberfest is just a wordplay on Oktoberfest, which is a festival that happens in Germany, which, despite the name, it actually happens in the middle of September, and it ends in the first weekend of October, so that's why it's called Oktoberfest. But anyway, so yeah, over here they're doing just a wordplay with Oktoberfest instead of fest, but thanks to the wordplay, you would think that we would be doing the fastest cars in the game, but that's not the situation. Oh shit, am I gonna overtake him? No, barely. Ah, that was close. That was so close. What was the difference in our time? It was, alright, it was, no, actually, what? It was 67 milliseconds of difference. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna load in the next race. So as I was saying, In spite of the name, this isn't really using the fastest cars in the game. Not even really fast cars. I mean, the Apollo N, that's what I was saying. Usually the Apollo N might just give me some pretty decent result because it's a really damn fast Class B car. I think the Speedtail is probably still faster than this, but at that point we're talking about a Class S versus a Class B. But what puzzles me a little bit is the Aperta. And I can understand, this car is fast, so they added it. And then we have the McLaren Speedtail, which on the name, you know, it says speed, so kind of works. But why the LaFerrari Aperta? That's the one I don't understand. Why that car? Who knows? That car is not particularly fast. And name-wise, it doesn't kind of tell me anything in regards to speed, so I have no idea why they picked that one. Alright, so that was 3 short races with the Apollo N. I'm gonna switch to a different car, and like I said, we're probably gonna end up running out of fuel in this video, but I just want to test the other cars too and see how they feel, and if I can figure out why did they pick these cars. Like, not even the ranks are similar. The Apollo N has a rank of about 4,000. The Aperta has a rank of about 4,200, and the Speedtail has something like 4,500. So they're not exactly close either. Because I could understand if they were picking cars within a very close rank, similar rank, to be like, well, you know, they're competitive. That's the point. But it just seems, and I'm not saying that they're not competitive, but I just find it a little weird as to why they pick these cars. It doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Look at that Speedtail just running away from me. Although one of them seemed to have messed up, or they're lagging. No, they were lagging. Okay. Now I'm taking a lead, but I don't think I'll keep it. Unless... Yes, sirree. Alright, well, I'll count myself lucky on that one. And we have reached the next lead. So some Speedtail, some... Oh yeah, look at those ranks. So yeah, the Apollo N at 4047, the LaFerrari 40, almost 4300, and the Speedtail almost at 4600. So yeah, not even the ranks are close, so I don't know. Now here's another mind bender one. Why is the LaFerrari Aperta so much better than the regular LaFerrari? Both in this game and in Asphalt 8. They made them... Like, in this game, they're both Class A, but they're in completely opposite ends of the rank in Class B. Meaning the Aperta, the regular Aperta, it's pretty low, and this one instead is pretty high. So that's very strange. And in Asphalt 8 is even a completely different situation where the regular LaFerrari, it's a Class B, and the Aperta is Class A. As far as I know, the Aperta, much like just about any car that is a roofless or a convertible or Spider, a Roadster, whatever, normally the cars tend to have similar performance, if not a little worse, because, you know, while they do remove a tiny bit of weight by removing the ceiling, they have to add additional structural strength to the car, so that normally creates a little bit of extra weight. So if anything, they should perform the same, if not a little worse. So I don't understand why they make the Aperta so good in both games. I don't know. But look at that, I beat all of the Speedtail and the Apollo N. Cool. Let's do another one with this one. Also probably worth mentioning that it's not that I'm playing amazing and that's why I'm getting some W's. It's just because I'm in lower leagues and, you know, you end up facing players that are either just farming, or that maybe they're not necessarily the best players around. But we'll see. Probably a bit further in the leagues, I'm gonna find considerably more difficult opposition. That is precisely why I don't want to spend all of the fuel of the cars all at once. Basically, this is the last race I'm doing with the Aperta. Then I move to the Speedtail, hoping to rank up a little further, and then go back to the Apollo N, and in that way I get to test the cars against different competition in different ranks to really have a better idea as to if these cars can really compete with each other, or so far it's just been a matter of me playing on the easier leagues. Because yeah, look at that. I'm not the type of person to constantly get first places, so that should tell you something. I did beat 4 Speedtails and 2 Apertas. Nice. Very nice. Alright, let's move on to the Speedtail. Now, I said that I was going to talk a bit about the Speedtail, that's a car that I'm going to get at some point. And that is because, you know, oh shit, Oh, I had already spent one of them. Uh-oh. Well, I'm almost out of fuel for that. The Speedtail, it's a very difficult card to acquire. I don't know. I think it had a special. I don't know if it was a special event or an unleashed or whatever it was in order to get the Speedtail whenever it was available. But after that, it became an incredibly rare car. You know how the whole premise of Asphalt 9 is FOMO to the max, fear of missing out. So they had cars that made them available for a little bit, and then after that it's like never again, or wait another year before you can see it again, that type of deal. So yeah, I don't exactly know when this pizza was made available, but either way. So I don't have it, but why am I saying that I'm gonna get it? Well, if you play the global version, then oh smokes! Oh man, I almost missed the jump and I didn't use the shockwave. We seem to be okay so far, but if you play the global version of the game, then you know that there's gonna be the what's it called? The stairway event, which is a surprisingly friendly event for not super new players of the game, more like for I don't want to say veterans either, but definitely people that have a bit of playtime in the game and they have unlocked a bunch of cars. Because you can unlock this car guaranteed up to 5 stars with relatively easy cars to get. Look at that, first place again, because I'm so good, right? Not really. I was trying to look for what cars were the ones needed for this Speedtail stairway. I'll keep looking in the in-betweens of the races. But either way, yeah, it requires cars that are not necessarily extremely difficult to get. Granted, you are required to, in order to get those cars, you need to have been doing the car hunts and all of that. But all things considered, it's cars that you can acquire as a free-to-play player. You don't need to be purchasing every single Legend Pass in order to get the cars that you required or any of that. So that is indeed pretty dope. And they did the same thing for the Hurricane. There's a stairway for the Hurricane and one for the Onyx. Now the Hurricane is a card that is easy to get just by card packs once you get to the required garage level, but the Onyx and the Speedtail, they're exclusive cars, rare cars. So it's pretty cool to see that they made them available. And I just went back to the Apollo N, because again, I'm trying to save some fuel for the higher ranked races. But alright, I'll actually tell you which cars are required for the stairway event in a second, because I need to be looking at the thing, and I'd rather be looking at the racing monitor thing where I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be looking at the screen than to be looking at my phone where I was looking up that information. So hold on, I'll tell you in a sec. But yeah, so basically I'm just gonna use all the fuel for this car, all the fuel that is left for the Aperta, and finish again with the Speedtail. So in the stairway event, I mean, I'm gonna describe it as if you don't know what it is, but basically, so long as you have the cars at the required amount of stars, you can get the featured car that amount of stars. Meaning, for example, it needs the Centenario, it needs the Apollo N, it needs the Hurricane, it needs the Arenero Husaria, the Lycan Hypersports, and the Peugeot Onyx. Now, 2 of those cars are precisely cars that were part of the previous stairway events, so in theory you could get them, so that's not a problem. But let's say you have all of those 6 cars at 1 star, that means you will be able to unlock the Speedtail at 1 star. If you have all of those cars at 3 stars, then you get your Speedtail at 3. Now, if you have all of the cars at 3 stars, but one of them you only have it at 2 stars, then you're screwed because you're gonna stay at 2 stars. You need to have them all at the same starage, let's say, and then that's how you get the car. But like I said, all of those cars are not extremely difficult cars to get. The Centenario is really damn easy to get. There's no 2 ways about that. It's the starter, the basic Class S car, so you're gonna get it for sure. So that is indeed not a problem. Excuse me, my voice is just doing weird shit. Alright, now you can see over here the Apollo is having a little bit of trouble keeping up with those Speedtails, but yet, 2nd place, I'll still take it. So what happened there? Yeah, the Speedtail, I did beat Speedtail, 2 Apertas, and 2 more Apollo Ns. Alright, so I was the best of the Apollo Ns, I'll take it. then, as I was saying, yeah, so the Centenario is a really easy card to get. Now, the Apollo N, it's not an extremely easy card to get, but it's not super difficult either. I know for a fact that it has gotten some car hunts, but you can also get the car through blueprint packs, if I remember correctly, so it's not very difficult to get. Like I said, the Huracan, it's a car that you can get easily through the store. Granted, once you reach garage 16 or 17, I think you unlock it at 16, they start appearing, but once you reach 17 is when the blueprints start showing more often for credits, which is obviously how you wanna buy those. Then you also have the Renera Husaria, which again, it's a somewhat difficult to get in the sense that, you know, same thing, you gotta be hunting for those blueprints, but you can also get those blueprints through blueprint packs, if I remember correctly, so that's not a problem. And then you also have the Lycan Hypersport, which it's another of the free Class S cars that you can get. Again, very easy to unlock through the weekly events, time-limited events that are about Class S blueprints. All right, this one I did a bit worse. I don't know if it's because I raced bad or because now I'm actually facing more difficult opponents. Yeah, look at that. All of them were Speedtails. Now, if I remember correctly, the Speedtail does have a higher top speed, so that could be why I'm starting to suffer over here. So yeah, the Lycan, it's easy to get also in the weekly events. Okay, I'm out of fuel, but I just want to check. So 374 top speed versus, oh yeah, look at that. It's a difference of what, like almost 40 kilometers an hour. So no wonder why the Speedtail can do so well. In fact, if you just compare the stats one against the other, the acceleration is the only thing that it's kind of close, and the handling too, I suppose. But the Nitro, it's better for the Speedtail, and the top speed is absolutely much better. So yeah, no wonder. Now let's use the life fuel that I have for the LaFerrari Aperta, and let's see what we can do. So, so as I was saying, excuse me for all the throat clearing over here, but what can I say? My voice decided to be weird. And yeah, so the Lycan you can absolutely unlock over time. Obviously it takes time, and that is, you know, that is the name of this game. You have to grind and grind and grind and keep doing it over and over and over until you get the cars. But you can absolutely get it. I don't think there's any player that is committed to the game that doesn't have the Centenario, the Husaria, the Lycan. The Apollo N is the only one that I think maybe some people will have a little bit of trouble. But as far as the Huracan, easy to get, and on top of that, it also has its own stairway and starway or stairway. It's a starway, right? I've been saying it wrong because it's stars. I was saying it's stair as if it was a flight of stairs. Because in the end, that kind of works too, considering that, you know, you go step by step in one starring it, then two starring it, so it looks indeed like a little bit of a stair if you look at the graph. But anyway. So the Huracan is not a problem to get because of that either. And then the one that is a bit more of a trouble would be the one that would be an absolute nightmare would be the Onyx, except that it also has its own Starway. So, and the Starway also requires not difficult cars. So basically, all three Starway events are pretty easy to complete, so long as you've been playing for long enough. So yeah, that's why I brought it up, because of me being eventually able to unlock the McLaren Speedtail. Now that is something that is going to take a year, a little under a year really, probably more like 6 months, 8 months, I don't know, something like that. No, it's even less than that now that I think about it, because if I'm recording this at the beginning of October, if I remember correctly, the Starway events started at Starway, yeah, it started at the British Tour, I think that's what it was called, which was the most friendly season for free-to-play players. And that doesn't take too long after New Year's, if I remember. I don't quite remember, but anyway. So yeah, it's not gonna take too long for the Starways to start. The Starways to start, yeah. But yeah. Again, not looking forward. I mean, great for all the players that will be able to unlock the Huracan thanks to that, but to me personally, the Huracan, well, I already have it at max star, so that that's not gonna make any difference because, by the way, if you already have the car at the maximum amount of stars that the event gives it to you, in this case the Huracan being a 5-star car, they give it to you at a maximum of 4-star, and the 6-star cars like the Onyx and the Speedtail, they give it to you at 5. But either way, assuming that you already have the car at 4 stars, then that's it. The event is not even gonna show up on your side. This is like, well, yeah, this is only for the people that don't have it. So it's not like you can farm credits or tokens from that. But hey, there's that. All right, look at that. Right away, first place. Man, this is gonna be a shorter video. Even now that I'm not skipping the in-between the races, look at that. I only have 3 more points of fuel before we finish this. But all right, let's still skip it. Oh boy, that is gonna be a lot of Speedtails. I mean, I was gonna continue the recording after we actually started, like right there, but I just wanted to show how many Speedtails I'm gonna be racing. So let's see what we can do. Hopefully something halfway decent. Halfway decent, just half decent, that's what I was trying to say. Come on, I need to catch the... There we go. This one does have the jump on the right side. Yep, but I could not get a grip. Now maybe here we can make it back. Oh man, am I gonna get a first place? Oh, look at me and my Speedtail being all speedy and shit. Oh yeah, first place, baby. They've been climbing the ranks. Jesus Christ. Not too bad, huh? Not too shabby, but for good old DBT. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna be able to get to the maximum reward, even though the refill time in the Switch version is much quicker than in global version. I will still need to wait 1 hour before these things refuel. Actually, 1 hour and 12 minutes for the Speedtail, and you cannot skip it through ads or anything. That's why it's shorter. You can pay tokens, but I'm not gonna pay tokens for that. I'm not gonna pay 100 tokens, or I don't know, like 80 tokens to refuel this thing so that I can get to that 50 token reward. You know, that's kind of dumb. But in the end, I'm okay missing out on those epic import parts. I say that now. We'll talk about it again once I actually have the Speedtail. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I wish I had that epic, but whatever, it's fine, it's fine. All right, I see 2 Brave Apollo Ns, 1 Aperta, and 2 more Speedtails other than mine. So I think this is the last point of fuel. Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, and it's a very short race also, so I guess if the races were a bit longer, then this video could have been the full 30 minutes with these races and totally skipping all the loading, and it would have been perfect. But you know, short races, which is honestly a double-edged blade, the super short races, because you want to do as many races as possible, and a short race means that in a very little amount of time you can win more races, right? But at the same time, well, it's shorter, so you don't get to enjoy your car so much. So that is indeed a bit annoying, but hey, whatever. Alright, thanks for the slipstream. This is when I'm gonna split and go my own way. Come on, we can finish with a first place. I believe in myself. And I believe in you believing in myself. Well, I believe in the belief. Yeah, I know I'm not making sense, alright? Don't judge me. Alright, this was a messy race. Oh, he crashed! Oh! I was gonna say sorry, but it's more like rip. Alright, well, there you go. It's another first place with the Speedtail. Let's have a look at the Speedtail in fancy cinematic. Hey, would you start? I want to see the race. There we go. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. It's a... Alright, I'm gonna say it. I don't think the Speedtail is a beautiful, beautiful car. I mean, it is a nice looking car, but to me, it's very bland. You know that I like super crazy looking cars with insane wings and tons of aero everywhere and all of that. And the Speedtail is anything but that. It's a very sleek car, which is obviously the purpose of its design. So it totally makes sense. It's made to cut through the air like a bullet. But hey, either way. So yeah, that is indeed that was the Oktober Fast. I did as much as I could with the field that I had, and you know, that's pretty much it. What am I missing? Again, just some credits. I could have reached to get 25,000 credits. Come on, who cares? Those 200,000 looked a bit more juicy, but... So just to fill out the space of the video, how about we do a couple of races here in Ghost? You can see this is nowhere near ending, it's still 7 days before the season ends. But I've been having some fun over here. If you notice, I am in position 750. So I'm already in top 1000, and I've been getting some pretty fun races. Now, I did have a look because I was racing with Trust the other day on a stream. And it was curious to notice, you know what, I'm gonna use... What should I use? Oh, you know what, let me use my SVJ. Let's see if I can put up a fight. I was racing with Trust, and he told me that he already reached Legend League. And I'm like, how? What? Wait, I'm like in position 200. I was like in position 200 during those races. And I'm like, you're Legend League. So what position do you need in order to be in Legend League? And I looked at the leaderboard, and turns out that only the top 50 players were in Legend League. Like, oh, okay. So yeah, no wonder why I never get there. It's fine. I don't have great class S cars anyway, so who cares about getting to the Legend League? Nah, whatevs, man, whatevs. Oh man, this is taking a long time to load. But at least we get to do 1 or 2 races with my SVJ, because, you know, I'm gonna keep shoving SVJ races in everybody's face in these videos, because man, I love my SVJ, and I did not spend like 23,000 tokens to not be using it, alright? It might not be a great car by any means, but I'll still use it. I do believe I should be able to beat this Corvette Grand Sport, because that Corvette is a Class B, and while it's a fantastic handling and great nitro duration and all, it is considerably slower than I am. Its top speed is something like 330, with nitro probably like 350 something. Then my natural top speed is something like 360. So I'm definitely faster. Though not as agile, not as good nitro, none of that, but hey. And normally, you know, those cars like the Grand Sport, the Corvette Grand Sport, can put up a fight against Class A and all, but there comes a point where the top speed is just high enough where it makes a huge difference. Not a huge, but a big enough difference where it's like, yeah, this is irreparable, kind of like this. Or I don't know, maybe he was driving bad and that's why I ended up with a pretty convincing lead over here. Now I only beat technically 2 people, so I'm gonna get what, like 40 points? 50. Yay. That's why I keep looking for ranks where there's gonna be a bunch of people, so that the races are worth, because honestly, 50 score points, how long is it gonna take me to get to a decent milestone? Long time, that's how long. And speaking of speed difference between the classes, I'm racing only against Class S right now, and all of them are pretty fast Class S. We got 2 Regueras and 1 Trio Nemesis. Now, there's something to be said that this track is not necessarily amazing for top speed focused cars, but the Trion can definitely do some damage over here because of the crazy drift. Honestly, I don't know about the Regera because I've never really driven that car, so I don't know what its weakness, its strength. All I know is that it's pretty damn fast. Oh no, and the game is lagging and I missed the jump. Fantastic. Yeah, for these videos I play in 1080p so that they look relatively decent, but the game is laggier than if I were to play in 720p. I normally, when I'm just playing by myself or even when I'm streaming, I do 720 because A, it doesn't make my Switch heat up so much, and B, because I get overall just better performance. Where it would normally be laggy, it's less laggy. Oh, I have a way of words, don't I? And alright, well, it was a bit of a messy race from my side, so no wonder that I got a very bad result. So I don't want to end in this disappointment. So how about we do one more race and just hope to end on a high note with my beautiful SVJ. Yeah, let's do that. Well, we still have a Trio Nemesis, but at least the other two are Class A. So I'm in a little bit of a conundrum in regards to this car, because obviously you can see that I don't have it at the maximum rank. In fact, I only have it at 5 out of 6 stars. That's as high as I could get it through the Unleashed and my resources. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy to have it at 5 stars, but you know, it could be better. I do have 5 epic import parts for the car, and I don't know where to apply them. The stats that are suffering the most at the moment for when you haven't used the epics. It's the nitro duration and the handling, and that is precisely where I am a bit conflicted. Because top speed, even with the epics, is not going to improve all that much. In the acceleration, same situation, not a huge change. Uh-oh. Come on, come on, come on. Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? No! Oh, so close. Yeah, the top speed of that Trion just got me right there. Come on, we're talking about a difference of about 80 kilometers an hour. The Trion Nemesis at that rank versus my Aventador SVJ, even at pretty much at its maximum rank, the difference is about 80 kilometers an hour. So yeah, I was close though. The difference, it's under 100 milliseconds. So there is that. But yeah, so I don't know where to put my epics for the SVJ. Again, it could only be in handling or in nitro duration, so I don't know. I feel like maybe I don't need the handling so much. It seems to handle pretty well. And some extra nitro duration, it doesn't hurt, right? So I don't know, I'll think about it. But that's gonna be it for this video. You know what to do. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you disliked it, then go ahead and hit the dislike button. I'm not gonna be offended, I promise. But yeah, also remember to check out the House of Rooms, which is my Discord server. Link is in the description. We talk about this game, be it the Switch version or the global version, because I play both. Also some other racing games and some IRL stuff like car spotting and some diecast collecting and all of that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, why don't you check it out? But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care everybody and stay safe. Bye bye.